Hello there guys. My name is Jamie. I am 22 years old and yesterday on the 13th of April 2021 I had a tilt table test to test for POTS, which is postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. And that was because for years I've been experiencing symptoms of POTS. And last year, around about October time, I started getting the symptoms so severe that it's now affecting my life. I can't leave the door without using walking aids, so whether that's a wheelchair or a mobility scooter, because I do tend to faint quite a lot, and my heart rate, the palpitations are very strong. So yeah, I thought I would just go through a little bit about what happened yesterday, and maybe, some of you guys are wondering what happens during a tilt table test. So I thought I would let you guys know. So at 3 o'clock yesterday, I went down to my cardiology ward, and I was taken into a room where there were two cardiologists who were working the machine and keeping an eye on my blood pressure and my heart rate. So what happened was, I was sat in a chair and they had they hooked me up to the blood pressure cuff and heart rate monitors so they could do ECGs while I was lying down. So then they moved me with all the machines and wires and stuff onto the bed where my heart did rise. My heartbeat did rise. I can't quite remember what it rose to, but it did rise. And I sat on the bed, and then they had me lie down, and I was lying down for about 15 minutes because they couldn't get a blood pressure reading. So they finally got a blood pressure reading and my blood pressure was fine. My heart rate was 72 or 74 or something like that. I definitely below 75. And then once they'd done that a few times and they got a baseline heart rate and blood pressure reading, they tilted me up, which I was up for about 40 minutes. I did last the whole time. They were absolutely lovely women. They kept asking if I wanted to stop the test. I said no, let's get it done. I've waited a long time for this. So so when they tilted me up, my heart rate did go to 110 almost instantaneously. My blood pressure throughout the whole test was stable. I didn't know what the numbers were because I couldn't see the monitor, but they were stable, so at least they've got that noted down. My heart rate, however, once it had jumped to 110, it did calm down a lot quicker than usual. I think it was about 10 to 20 seconds my heart rate was back to a normal rhythm. And I felt quite dizzy throughout the test quite a few times. My legs were hurting, blood pooling in my feet. They went bright red and purple, and they became very sore. My legs went like jelly. I could hardly move. So once the test was over, they tilted me back down and my heart rate went back to my normal, whatever is normal. Within the normal range, so it went back down to 70 something. I can't quite remember the numbers, but I do remember her telling me that when I was, because you're lying down like that and then you're tilted to about 70, and when I was there, quite a few times my heart rate it shot all the way up to 150 beats per minute, and they did say that whilst I was upright in a 70-degree angle, strapped to the bed, that it was 150 quite a lot of the time. So almost all the way through, my heart rate was that high, and that was strange because I couldn't feel my heart rate beating that fast. Usually if it's beating really fast when I stand up, it goes to like 120 to 150 or whatever. It's so, and I always get the palpitations when that happens, so I can feel it beating that fast. But honestly, I was so calm and everything was just so relaxed and chilled out in the room. I didn't even notice my heart was beating that fast. So that was quite a shock. I didn't really experience any of my normal symptoms being tilted. And I was going to ask for the adrenaline, because if you're not experiencing your normal symptoms and stuff, they usually give you a little spray underneath your tongue, which makes your heart rate rise and your blood pressure drop. But and I was wondering why they weren't giving it to me, and now I know it's because my heart rate was already really fast, and I'm sure they didn't want to overload my heart, because the highest it's ever gone to is 170 beats per minute on my blood pressure monitor at home. So I mean, now I know that's the reason why. But back to it anyway. So yeah, 150 beats per minute, which was, as I said before, it was shocking. I couldn't believe it. I did ask whether they thought it was POTS, and they said that they couldn't tell me because they're not my cardiologist doctors. I have to wait for, they're going to do a write-up, and then my doctor is going to send me a letter or phone call just to let me know what's going on. But they did say that it does look like POTS. I mean, and they know what they're looking for, so obviously. I mean, I just want answers now. It's been a long few months. Well, over half a year now anyway, that it's been so severe that I can't leave the door without walking aid. I do pass out quite a lot. Walking up the stairs absolutely kills me. Carrying my daughter absolutely kills me. So yeah, it's definitely a big life change, but you know, as soon as I get the answers back from the doctor, I mean, I can start moving on and yeah. But it's not scary at all. I was slightly nervous going into the room, but they calmed me down. It was fine. They assured me that everything will be fine. It's a safe environment, so if you do pass out, it's, you know, it's done safely. So, and you're not going to hurt yourself either, because you are strapped to the bed, which isn't scary. The straps aren't that tight. And yeah, it was so relaxing, and you know, we were joking around during it as well and stuff. So I mean, it was hard work standing up for the 40 minutes, because usually I can't stand up for 3 minutes, but I felt like I didn't feel like I was quite stood up. I like, it's hard to explain. I just didn't feel like I was stood up normally, because I know if I was stood up normally, my symptoms would have been more severe. Because it happens every time, and during the test it just didn't. So we were joking that every time I stand up and this happens, if I have like a machine or something attached to me, then it hardly ever catches anything apart from my heart rate and blood pressure, which goes really high, and then it can drop quite low in the space of seconds. But my blood pressure was fine all the way through it and everything like that. So all in all, it wasn't scary. It was actually alright. I'm glad I had it done, and I just can't wait for the results now so I can move on with my life. But I hope whoever's watching this found it interesting, hopefully helpful, because I know that when I found out I was going to have a tilt table test, I looked at so many different people's videos and stuff like that. So I had a pretty good idea of what to expect anyway. But yeah, have a great day. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next video, hopefully. And if you did like this video, I would really appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel and like the video, leave a comment. I will reply to all the comments. You know, it'd be nice hearing your experiences and stuff as well with tuck table tests or POTS or whatever it is you're going through. But yeah, thank you so much for supporting this video, and goodbye.